Willie D Live.
You don't hear him talking about riding on Venezuela anymore, do you? Have you noticed that? He ain't been saying too much about Venezuela lately. He hasn't been saying too much about Venezuela. China stepped in. China said, we're going to provide protection. We're going to provide protection. China got interest in Venezuela. So we're not going to let you just come over here and bully Venezuela. So you mess with Venezuela, you're messing with us. So guess what the United States did? Okay, we'll leave Venezuela alone. It's not even worth it. We'll find somebody else to pick on. We're going to pick on somebody else. That's how that go. You can't find somebody an easy target. If they can't get an easy target, bullies, when they can't beat an easy target, they can't find an easy target, they don't want to fight at all. The United States has shown extreme weakness, and the other superpowers are moving forward. China is more powerful than the US. China's military is more powerful. The United States appears to be more powerful because it continues to meddle in other people's business. And they got something to say about everything some other country is doing. You don't see China involved and got comments about everybody else's business. But the United States got something to say about everybody's business. It's kind of like how the way the United States move is like a microcosm of its citizens. Always got to say something about somebody else's business. And that just stems from jealousy, fam, jealousy and insecurity. Now, what they did do, so they sent a hospital ship. They sent a hospital ship out there. So, but you think that hospital ship ain't got bombs on it? You think they're just gonna send a hospital ship out there and the ship ain't gonna have any type of weapons on it or anything? But the bottom line is the ship is out there and ain't nobody messing with the ship. The ship is out there and ain't nobody doing nothing about it. They picking off boats in international waters with ease. And nothing's being said, nothing's being done. Ever since China pulled that ship in, came in with that ship, they ain't did nothing. They've been quiet as a church mouse. Now it's all of a sudden, we're working it out. I know you are working it out. I know you're working it out. And you got fools out there. I saw one comment where some fool said, and this is quote, "It's sad that it has come to this, but China nor Russia, including Venezuela combined, cannot handle the US." Boy, don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs, kids. You know when you know America can't mess with a country, when you know America ain't gonna mess with a country, when America don't mess with a country. When you don't see America talking about riding what they gonna do, making threats, you already know they don't want no parts of that. You don't never hear them making threats toward China. You never hear them making threats toward Russia. What they gonna do? They better do this. But when you're talking about little bitty Nigeria who can't defend themselves, we're gonna come in, it's gonna be swift, it's gonna be powerful. They better learn right now that the United States don't play. We're a powerful country, we have a powerful military, and we're gonna squash them. We're gonna crush them, we're gonna destroy them, and it's gonna be fast, it's gonna be furious. It's going to be really, really bad for them. So if they know like I know, they better just do as I say. You never hear that type of rhetoric in regards to China. Because China put belt to ass. And they know, and you know this man. You know this man. I'm here, fam. Obviously I'm an American, but I just don't like bullies. I do not like bullies. I do not like bullies. Remember, after 9/11 happened, you had Americans talking about rushing over to Iraq to invade. Oh, they were so happy. If you look at the military members, there were so many videos where they were preparing to go to war and they were all excited. They was just cheesing, lying, smiling, and family all happy. Their family's like, go get them. You know why they were acting like that? Because they were thinking about Iraq in 1991 or something like that, whatever that year was, when Bush Sr. took the United States to war and invaded Iraq, little bitty Iraq, who could not defend itself. Iraq was so overwhelmed by United States military in Desert Storm that the U.S. took over their capital, Baghdad, in 24 hours. Let's see, Desert Storm. They took over the military. That was 1990. Okay. So February, look at that. They got one date. That's it. Just one day. One day. August 2nd, 1990, February 28th, 1991. The 1991 is when they occupied. They occupied from August 2nd, 1990 to February of February 28th of 1991. That's the occupation. But they took over the capital in 24 hours. And that's because Iraq ain't got the firepower to defend itself. And they knew that. So when they did that, 20 years later, you have Americans, soldiers, who know the history of Desert Storm, who know about the Gulf War, who decides, you know what? Yeah, we ready. Because what they did is they came in, they dropped a gang of bombs, just hundreds of bombs on Iraq, hundreds of bombs. And then they came in with the troops to sweep up. And it was like that. They probably lost 5 people or something. So they tried that again 20 years later. And this time those Iraqis were ready. The Iraqis applied guerrilla warfare. So they couldn't beat America head up. So they was just randomly blowing up stuff. And when they would catch an American out of pocket, they chopped off his head and they filmed it and they put it on the internet. And next thing you know, those same military people who was excited about going to Iraq and jumping up and down, and all their family members who were so proud, they started on there crying like, we're out here, we're fighting an unjust war. We shouldn't even be out here. I know you shouldn't. You messed around and stuck your hand in some SHIT. When those people when they realized it wasn't as sweet as they thought it was going to be, they was ready to get their asses up out of there. And that's how you deal with bullies. When a bully come at you, you got to give a bully everything that they thought they would never see. You got to give them everything so that they know you ain't the one. They don't respect nothing else. Boy, they was on camera crying, man. Boy, them Iraqis was kidnapping them. They was taking service members, kidnapping people who was construction workers, because they make a lot of money with war. So they got construction workers out there. Man, they getting money. Boy, they were crying. They was on video crying. I'm sorry. Yeah. So China is involved. I don't know really to what extent, but we do know that China presence is being felt in Venezuela. And America ain't so gung-ho about rolling on Venezuela and removing its president. They ain't so gung-ho now. If you notice, they've been dialing back their rhetoric against Venezuela. That ain't because they've suddenly had a change of heart and they want to do right. That ain't why. That is because they feel the presence of China.